Music can play a pivotal role in helping target audiences understand and retain information presented in ads and commercials from varying brands and services. In today's video, I will be critiquing the message and messaging in the J.G. Wentworth opera ad, specifically as it relates to the 5 assumptions outlined in the limited capacity model of motivated mediated message processing, or LC4MP.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
The first assumption is the nature of cognition, which reviews the cognitive processing of a message, including encoding, storage, and retrieval of information in a given piece of media. According to Lang, encoding is the act of creating a mental representation of a stimulus. In this commercial, J.G. Wentworth uses the stimulus of music to help their viewers understand what the company can offer. The repetition of key components is of utmost importance in the processing of this message. The company's name was repeated 4 times, the phone number was repeated a total of 9 times, and the word cash was repeated 12 times. According to Platter et al., repetition activates long-term memory. So throughout this commercial, J.G. Wentworth is able to lessen the cognitive load it puts on its viewers by repeating the message it wants the viewers to remember, so that it can be successfully stored and, more importantly, retrieved later. The second assumption is the nature of motivation, and in this case, the appetitive motivational system is being activated. Appetitive is actually a derivative of the word appetite, so basically think of it as trying to satisfy a craving for something that will increase your likelihood of living longer, of living prosperously, and in this case, J.G. Wentworth is offering cash now, so it fulfills the viewer's desire to benefit financially. The third assumption is the nature of the media that's being used to convey the message, and in this case, they're using both audio and visual to tell the story of how J.G. Wentworth can get you cash now. A 2008 study on music memory and emotion reads, because emotions enhance processes and music evokes strong emotions, music could be involved in forming memories, either about pieces of music or about episodes and information associated with particular music. In this case, the silly opera house visuals combined with the opera music and of course the repetition of ideas makes the message easier to understand for the viewer. The fourth assumption is about the nature of time. This 1-minute commercial aired for about 5 years starting in 2002. Because it originally aired on television, the viewer couldn't control the speed or delivery of the message. In that case, according to Lang, time-sensitive processes like encoding and to some extent concurrent retrieval will automatically receive more resources and storage will be shorted. That's why marketers chose to repeat the message so often in a creative way. It forces the viewer to focus on the message that the company has to offer in a limited amount of time. Plus, the repetition makes for faster encoding and it reduces the cognitive load on the viewer so that they can focus on storing the information. Lastly, the fifth assumption is nature of communication. According to Lang, communication is the overtime interaction between the human motivated information processing system and the communication message. This interaction is continuous and truly interactive. The fact that this ad aired so frequently over a period of 5 years made J.G. Wentworth a reputable name in finances. So now let's critique this message. While we are certain of the name of the company, what they can offer, and their phone number, we don't actually end up knowing what J.G. Wentworth is. Is it a lawyer's office, a bank, a financial consulting company? Leaving out that information may have been strategic because it would cause a viewer to be curious and call in to find out what the company could do for them, but the world may never know. Overall, this commercial is rather effective in successfully encoding, storing, and retrieving information that the company is eager to share. Repetition and music seem to also be a driving factor in the making of this memorable commercial.